What's good, you boys? It's your boy Gilly. Today we'll be tier listing the absolute worst items to put inside your hauls. I've covered the best shipping lines, how to ship, and other important information surrounding shipping, so you can check those videos out. This is just going to be strictly about items. So if you've had troubles with certain items or been seized before, let me know in the comment section and I might make another part to this. This is just what I could think of off the top of my head. Let's get into it. Okay, so I want to correct a statement first I made about shipping watches out. Probably can't see this because I'm out of the lighting, but I've been shipping a lot of watches out recently for my personal collection. I've been going against all the rules I put in place for you fellas. I used to jump up and down about saying never put high value watches inside with heaps of clothing, buy from watch dealers, but I've had so many problems with watch dealers giving me shitty items, expensive, overpriced watches. Yeah, I paid $6,000 for a not real watch. So I swapped to try to find factories, and I've had touch wood. There's no wood around here. Ugh. So far, so good. I haven't been taking the watch out of its box. It's just come in its box how it would if you bought from a dealer, put with clothes, and I've had no problems. I've been using EMS. Also take it with a grain of salt if you're not from Australia. Everything is country by country, but I'm going to correct that. Shipping watches with your hauls are fine as long as you're comfortable with it. That's what it comes down to. If it's a very expensive watch, you can ship it by itself. And if you're from other countries, do a lot of research. I'm going to put watches, it was S tier of getting LC. I'm putting it all the way down into like B. It's kind of from my actual testing. I used to read things about people in like Switzerland and other countries getting their watches C's. I'm putting it down in B tier, but you guys can chime in on this and correct me if I'm wrong. So the next one's going to be food. Now you might be asking yourself, who the fuck is buying food from Taobao and Chinese platforms? Believe it or not, a lot of people do buy food and put it with their hauls. You know, they might buy some little Chinese candies, some Chinese Doritos. To be honest, I think sealed food like that is fine, but in my country, Australia, and I'm just going to set Australia as kind of the standard for most countries, especially in this department where it's food. So clothing, Australia has one of the most chill customs. You can ship anything, hundreds of kilos, and it doesn't matter for the most part. However, on other stuff like food, and especially some stuff I'm about to get onto, they'll pretty much come to your house, raid your pantry. They take this food shit extremely seriously. You guys from Australia know if you travel from another country and you bring food back, if it's like meat or any weird exotic fruit, I'm gonna be very careful with what I say here. The customs, no, I can't say that. It's a certain demographic of people you see on shows that bring suitcases full of food. Australia does not fuck around with that. And the same goes with if you're shipping food in your hauls, it will get seized, especially if you're in Australia. I'm putting that up depending on the food, especially if it's animal related products, so meats and stuff like that. I'm just gonna put that in the food category. Just food in general. I don't understand why you would risk your expensive drip with a packet of Doritos that cost $1 on Taobao. Just avoid food, guys. We have supermarkets. I see it on my Reddit all the time. Just no food, fellas. It's going up at S tier. Next, we're going to get into supplements. So I have experimented with supplements on Taobao. Now hear me out. I never got them to me. It was melatonin gummies. So this brand, this is not a product placement, let me sleep, because two kids that have shit parenting almost OD'd on these melatonin gummies. It got the whole market in Australia. You have to get a crazy prescription for melatonin. Even if it's a tiny bit of melatonin, it has to be a script. You cannot buy it anymore. So this brand, Let Me Sleep, had the craziest melatonin gummies I used to buy. Then every single order would get taken by customs, and then all the suppliers stopped shipping to Australia. Then I thought, let me see if they're on Taobao. They were. I got them to my warehouse and I sat there and I thought, why the fuck would I ship this with my drip? Would it have got seized? I don't know. But if these big companies just ship supplements, us refusing to ship to Australia, it goes to show you, again, this is just Australia, but it goes without saying, check your customs laws before you ship stuff like this out. It's a gray area, so avoid it. The tides, you guys would know that the tides that go down here. I've seen a lot of rep monkeys on TikTok and Instagram just view farming, saying they're shipping tides with their hauls. I know you guys on this platform have a brain, but I'm just saying there's genuinely people in the comments like, oh, no way you can ship tides with your clothes. I never thought of this. It's like, don't do it, dude. There's so many reasons why you shouldn't even buy it in the first place. But supplements, I'm putting it up at the top, especially if it comes in tubs in powder form. Just buy it from local places that clear pallets and just ship that item. They know how to get around the customs. They pay the taxes on it. Don't try. We're already in the gray area here, fellas. Don't try to reinvent the wheel and find out a new loophole. It's just going up at S tier as well. Also, a lot of the agents, I've seen it on Sugar, they ban powder products on a bunch of shipping lines. So I just gotta say it. Okay, next we're going into weapons. And yeah, hear me out here. So a lot of you are going, why the fuck would you buy weapons on Taobao? So it's kind of weapon related, weapon shaped products. I've told this story a few times, but I tried to buy a CSGO knife, so it's like a nerdy shit in-game knife. It is the only time I've actually had a letter say that you've been seized and we're watching, essentially, especially in Australia. Anything, this is the number one, if it's weapon shaped. Like, I was looking on Taobao at a bunch of like in-game items that were made real and they look so cool. CSGO, other games. A lot of the times when you go to buy it on your agent, it will go, this cannot be shipped internationally. All the Chinese get to have fun with these cool items, but we don't get to have fun with them. Australia's a very unique one where we have guns like completely banned. Even if it had, like, my CSGO knife was legitimately in a little wooden case. It would sit on the shelf. It was not even a knife. It was as blunt as a butter knife. But I got to imagine it's gone through the X-ray machine. They've just seen the shape of a karambit and gone, this is insane. Probably didn't even open it up. And they just went, yeah, get him out of here. Send him a letter. So if I shipped that with my drip, the whole thing would have been gone. So this video is just about anything that jeopardizes your haul. It's going on this list, even if it's weird items. I've seen people buy them and just the weapon related stuff. I tried to buy these light up Valorant knives and the Taobao seller refused to even ship it to the agent. So if you can even buy them, avoid them. This one's going up at A tier just because I know some countries you can. Next, we're gonna get into electronics. So this one's an interesting one. If the shipping line doesn't allow electronics, I'm not exactly sure what makes a line allowed to ship them and what makes a line not allowed to ship them, but a lot of EMS lines do not allow electronics. Now, this is a rule for the Chinese. When I was traveling in China, I had a high-powered power bank, and when I was flying domestically within China, they took it off me and said, you're never getting this back, buddy. This is a China rule. So I've had hauls returned. They're not seized. It's a fucking headache. I've completely forgotten item has a battery in it. It's got to Chinese customs and they've gone, nah, and they've returned it back to sender. It's not seized. It just adds probably another month to the transit, and it's not what you want to do. I'm just going to put electronics in one big category, but it's the batteries. If you're unsure if something has a battery in it, you need to ask the agent. And on top of that, you also need to ask them what line allows for batteries. If it has batteries and there's no line that allows batteries, you must remove them. Just message the agent, the customer service, and they'll remove them. If you're willing to risk it, just risk it with a small haul. That's my best bet. I'm gonna put this one at C tier. You don't need to just stress over this one. It's not gonna get it seized. It's just gonna get it returned. If you're like me, and I do buy a lot of electronics from Taobao, ship all the electronics in one big haul and ship it using a line that you know damn well allows electronics. And that's super important, especially if it has batteries or like generates a lot of power like a power bank. I would just avoid power banks at all costs. It's similar to the rules you see on your airlines when you jump on it and it says if you have power banks, remove it, X, Y, and Z. It's the same when you're shipping them as well. Okay, moving on to the next one, let's just talk about like designer brands. So I've been browsing Reddit a lot about this one today because none of us are custom workers. I wish there was a thread somewhere of an actual customs worker that came out and said, yeah, this is why we seize packages and this is what makes us look inside of them. Everyone just guesses, and it's been like that since the dawn of time. So the big myth is like if you're shipping like the big brands all in one package, it's going to increase your chances of it getting seized. I am more on the side of it being random, like seizures and checks are at random. You just get unlucky. Shipping a shit ton of designer stuff in your haul, I don't think dramatically increases the risk of you getting seized. Now, this comes down to a you preference. If you are worried, if you're new to buying items, the peace of mind strategy I would say you should do is mix it with low-key drip. Stuff that's like more unknown brands, mix it, split your haul up, don't go over 7 kilograms, just make a lot of little hauls. If you have heaps of items, mix everything in, Chinese brands, basics, even it all out across the board, you should be okay. But however, on the very far end spectrum, if you're shipping a 50 kilogram sea freight haul of all one item with all the boxes, everything, it's a big package. I think it'll raise the alarm bells. But this one, I'm going to put all the way down at, what's the last bottom tier on a tier list? Do we have a D and an E? I'm going to put it in D tier. It hasn't been proven to me yet, so you don't need to worry about that. It's those other items I spoke about before that will dramatically increase it. So those are the big ones that you guys need to worry about, or just at least know some clarification on. If you have any questions about shipping, join the Discord or let me know in the comment section. Drop a like, drop a sub if you're new around here. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.